can't think of a more timely issue, or a more timely time to be coming to you than with everything we've seen in recent weeks.
Yes.
I thought we'd start out this morning just talking about what's happening in the Middle East right now, and the tanker attacks that took place last week. There's been so much speculation about what's going on, but from your vantage point and what you know, how do you read all of this?
Well, it's obviously a complicated situation. It's a dangerous situation. I do think that we are seeing that Iran is the big troublemaker in the Middle East. I think we've known that for a long time. But the Iranians can be reckless. They can engage in activities that you would think, why would you do that? Because it's going to provoke a response. Obviously, they are being squeezed pretty hard under the sanctions that the administration has put on. And I will say that the decision to leave the Iran nuclear deal, clearly the Iranians are trying to fight back, but it says something about that deal that the Iranians are so quickly able to start saying that they can break out, they can start enriching at a very high level. I watched Secretary Pompeo. I think that he is somebody of significant substance and a cool head. I know the people like John Bolton. I think they will manage this. We need the Europeans with us. This is a time for the United States and Europe to say to the Iranians, it's fine to come back to the table, but not when you're threatening to cause havoc in the Middle East or along the sea lanes.
Do you think the 2015 agreement was the wrong choice for the United States?
I didn't support the agreement. I certainly understand wanting to get there with Iran. I actually started the negotiations with Iran when I was Secretary of State, so I think negotiation is the right way to go. But this particular agreement had certain weaknesses in verification. Also, we know now, because Iranians themselves leaked the budget, that a lot of the money that was unfrozen actually went to help Hezbollah and Hamas cause chaos in Syria. And so I didn't support the agreement, but you can get a better agreement if the United States and Europe will hold together and say to the Iranians, if you really want to join the international community, then sit down, let's get an agreement that really does put your nuclear policy and your nuclear arrangements into an international framework that is safe for all of us. If you want to do that, Iran, we're there.
The argument at the time was that the Europeans wouldn't stand with us if we didn't go that direction. Do you think there is room for us and the Europeans to kind of get back on the same page?
I really do think there's room for us to be on the same page. First of all, the administration didn't leave the agreement on day one, as was said in campaigns. A lot of things are said in campaigns. The president gave it a year. And during that period of time, it would have been good to negotiate other elements of the agreement. But even now, I think the Europeans, the Iranians are trying to get the ear of the Europeans. I think the Europeans and others should say to the Iranians, stop threatening, let's go back to the table, and we're willing to negotiate, but it's going to have to be on terms that really do put a halt to that, to the nuclear program.